Okay, home. We're probably live. I think I'm live. Here I am. Good morning. Hit the thumbs up button. I need to probably say that a bunch because nobody hit the thumbs up button yesterday. Here we go. Okay. If I haven't said it, get my algorithm in TrendSpider. A bunch of people signed up. It's still 50% off right here if you sign up for a year. I was wrong yesterday. I said sign up for a month. It's $32.50. This is $32.50 per month. You don't get the deal if you sign up on a monthly plan. But it's $32.50. I can make you $32 in a month just on KOLD and Boyle alone, probably. But I am early in here. Oh, I'm not early. It's 8:30. Shit, I thought it was 7:30. Damn. Okay, let's do some scans. I've got some good stuff. And Barb, if you're online, I'll make mention. She had a problem with Fidelity and switched her money from Fidelity. Hey, nobody's perfect, but I won't steer you guys to a provider that I don't believe in myself. I've had good luck with Fidelity personally, and if you have problems, morning, Zephan. If you have problems with Fidelity, just let me know. My guy Stuart, he's great, and he said, "Hey, steer people my way if they have problems." He's fantastic. Okay, let's do some scans. By the way, I did this for my friend yesterday. I talk about these triple levered ETFs. This is UCO. And I tell you guys all the time, don't buy and hold these things. I'll look at a KOLD. I've got it on my notes, Evan. But I do this. So here's a cool trick in TrendSpider. If you can draw a trend line, and remember, one of the first key point in a trend line, and I have a short on it, is to make sure you touch 3 points. So here we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3. You've got at least 3 there. And then what you do is wherever it deviates from that trend line, the majority, you can do this. And this I like this tool. This is the, I don't know which one it is. What's it called? Channel tool. And what this does is you can drag that out as long as you want. You first draw your main trend line, which touches 3 points, and I did that. And then I dragged it down. And the reason I dragged it down is not any particular reason, just that this is the direction that it was going. So this is COVID. This is UCO. This is oil. This is the one that I lost a ton of money on. Essentially, let me see. Yeah, I do sound better when I put the headphones on. Morning, Justin. Oh, I got to turn down the gain. Okay, there's the gain down. But the reason I bring this one down is because the majority of it was below. I took the 3 trend lines. I could drag it up if I wanted to, but probably doesn't do me any good because you can see historically, this just doesn't trade above the 200-day. It trades below the 200-day, so why would I drag it up above the 200-day? But she's in UCO. She got in, I think, around here. I had told her June at around $5. I told her to sell when it was around 50. I said it's stuck in the 200-day. It's probably not going to go much higher. She didn't. Again, the psychology of falling in love with stocks. And so it wound up going down and down. And you can see it's going to clearly probably go down further. So I told her to get out of it this morning. I don't know that that's the right call. Do I think that it's going to go to 30? I mean, we could look at a short one here. Let's go over to Active Trader Pro. And CZF and I have KOLD up. UCO. Look at UCO. Boom, boom, boom. Short term. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're going to go 2-day. It's got some pretty good confirmation. In pre-market, it doesn't trade that much, but you can see during the market day, it is down at 26.20, and it goes to 27.30. Let me look at a daily on this one. I'm going to remove annotations, and then we're going to go to a daily, and this is how I can tell. I just go to yesterday. It's got about a 2% swing for the day. So it's not super volatile, but midday, you can trade this for, again, I think KOLD and Boyle are significantly. Let's look at the KOLD daily. But those channels are great in TrendSpider. Ooh, KOLD 1740. Zephan, is that why you got in? Did you get in at 1740? But say it's a 1% swing, 2% swing, 5% swing. This is right now, this is the hot stock. This is the hot commodity to trade. I mean, look at energy. Oh, this still has not got confirmation. Devon, I like. Devon's under 60. Even though the algorithm says, hey, stay out of it. I still think energy is a good long-term play. Costco 456. You're not in it. But morning, James. I'm going to do some scans now instead of analyzing stuff. But again, since there's more people in there, if you're not in TrendSpider, you've got 6 days. And I did make a mistake. You can't buy it monthly at $32.50. You have to buy it for the year for $3.90. But the sales, this is the best sale you're going to get, in my belief. I don't know their plans. I did talk to them last night. I don't know. Dude, if I knew it was going to bounce. But I did talk to a TrendSpider last night, and I said, hey, when am I going to be able to share strategies? Because there's a couple of you guys who have sent me strategies, and I just, honestly, I need to look at them. But they said it's being talked about now. It hasn't been worked on, but it's being talked about, but it doesn't seem to be a difficult factor. So, but let's do some scans. We're going to the daily stock picker scanner, and we are going to scan first. Let's scan our core investments. By the way, if you're not part of the Facebook group, the private Facebook group, go down and click in the link tree, and the housing starts down. Hey, they were down less, down 0.5 versus 1.8, but it took the market down. Yeah, 1.47. 1.42 versus 1.4 estimate housing starts. If you're not part of the Facebook group, I put in there. My dad has a subscription to Motley Fool, and they have they had a great list of ETFs that they think people should. It was premium content, according to what it said, but yeah, here. motleyfool.com. Got it. Let's look at, I'm going to log in. And we can look at, I think it was the latest one. This is their list, by the way, if you guys want to take a look at it. I'm just logged into Motley Fool. This is stock lifetime returns. Motley Fool is doing shitty, by the way. Yeah. Don't let your $100 worth of credit expire. Epic bundle granting you 3 times more stock recommendations and lower your upgrade cost. Douche. I just don't like what we think. Our recommendations, timely. Load more. T-Mobile, Disney. I don't read any of these, by the way. Might get out of there. But let me see. Let me look. ETFs. Date. Let's see. Is this the article I read? There's my dog. Nope. This isn't the article I read. Here. This is the article. I'll put it in there if anybody. I don't think you can get to it, but I'll put it in the chat window. Daisy, do I have to let you out? Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. We'll put it in there. Boomer alert. It's ETFs. But guys, it's a pretty good list. I put the list in the private Facebook group. So if you're not part of the private Facebook group, go and get it. It's a great list. It really is. These are, in my opinion, probably the top. Buy and forget it. Depends on your life stage. Depends on what you want to put in. But if you want to put 40% of your portfolio right now in a good something good, 30-year fixed mortgage is up 1%. I'm watching the building permits down 11% versus, that's what it is. They're not building houses fast. Year to date, all builders. Oh, there's the dogs. Okay, let's do some scans. Nothing in the core investments crossed up. Let's look at my personal brokerage holdings, if anything crossed up. I don't think so. Yesterday was kind of a tough day. McKesson. I'll look at, hold on, I'm going to write these down. I got to put them in my notes. So I have KOLD in there to look at. GIS. And what's the... Yeah, McKesson is one. Didn't you tell me about McKesson one time? MCK, I'll look at it. I have Disney too, by the way. Okay, nothing in brokerage holdings. Let's look at my personal list. See if anything crossed up. McKesson's a tough one. McKesson's like UNH. MPLX. What's my big winner for today so far? In the core portfolio. Boy, TrendSpider's having a tough time scanning. I don't have a big winner in the core portfolio. Hey, you work in healthcare, James, don't you? Not owned. Ugh, do I have to log out and log back in? Let's go to ARC. I think I'm going to log out and log back in. Log out. Sometimes what happens, by the way, if you're in TrendSpider is they're agile. Their system is agile, and any of you product managers know what I'm talking about. But they do updates overnight, and so sometimes things just get a little slow. And I am doing scans at peak time. San Diego. God, Justin, I'm jealous that you're in San Diego. I love San Diego. we're going to stop there. I'm going to look at the ARC holdings. Let's see if anything crossed up. I think it's server side. Look at Costco, though. I just have a feeling that Costco's going to announce a, I don't use, Justin, since I don't trade options, I try and stay away from that. I don't think it's a bad strategy. I should say that. Unusual options, it's a morning, Dawson. It's not a bad strategy. Options scare the F out of me. Other than when, like when something's not gonna do well, you can buy puts. When something's gonna take off. Just the expiration of something scares me for some reason. I'd rather just buy the stock. Okay, Dow 30 we looked at. Let's do NASDAQ 100. Lucid crossed up. Oh, look at Lucid. They're up. How the hell is Lucid up 5%? What in the world? It's LCID. This is the car company. Resumed coverage. Buy at 21. That must be. No, that was on. Oh, the Saudis put in more money. That's what it is. But you diluted yourself. How the hell? No, I don't want to pay $4. I got to get behind that paywall. PR Newswire. That's going to be free. Wow, it's up 5%. That makes no sense whatsoever. James, I like it, but the problem, I continue as a electric car owner. I will tell you, I'll bring it up. I'll put it in there. Scans. As an electric car owner, I want a charging network. Electrify America freaking sucks. The cars don't talk to the network. You pull in, and you don't know if that charger is going to work. I'll give you a great, for instance, yesterday. My dad, he's got free lifetime charging on his Model X. Ooh, WFC crossed up. I like that. I'm going to put in Bank of WFC. This is one. Ooh, I like that one. Look at that button hook. Ooh, I like that. So my dad has free lifetime supercharging on his Model X. And we went to the charger yesterday, and as I'm pulling in, it says 1D is not working. There's 8 chargers, so I avoided 1D. You don't get that with another car. That Electrify America network, you don't talk to that shit. Is this Matador? Yeah. I don't like that chart. Okay, and this is Travel Center Americas. This is freaking on the list every day. Okay, let me look at the sectors real quick because I do spider sectors. I don't think anything crossed up, but might as well check it. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to take those Vanguard ETFs and I'm going to create a list and I'll share it with you guys. I like that buy, James. I really like that buy. Looking at that chart, I really like that buy. Why is it taking so long to scan the spider sectors? I'm going to move this up. Move this down. We've got that. I'll move this. do? That's probably a good space for this. And we'll move the chat window down here. And I've got my notes. Move the notes up here. Because then, yeah, I wasn't on Safari. Here, let me go back to Wells Fargo. Because you guys weren't seeing it. Here's Wells Fargo. Let's go back to Strategy Tester. And if anybody, if you're in TrendSpider, man, and you haven't gotten my algorithm, remember it's a tool. Wells Fargo makes you 42% if you buy and hold. Yeah, see, so here, great example of my algorithm. One candle got you in at 42.92. It got you out with a slight loss. I probably would not have gotten out. I might have gotten out on this candle with where it dipped to $40, but I probably would, if I got in at 42, I probably would have put my stop in at 40. But look at how it's just, the MACD is not really moving. See, when you expand it, it kind of comes up, but it's just staying flat. Your RSI's down here, it was 28, and this thing went down to 40. I think 40 is the magic number on this one. Yeah, Captain John. CEI is a very famous retail trading energy company. The reason they're reverse splitting is to try and stay on the NASDAQ. They have to reverse split if they spend a certain amount of time under $1. And this one's famous for that. And you get sucked into it. But I'll just show you CEI. They're not making money. Name an energy company in oil and gas that isn't making fucking money. Come on. 1 for 50 reverse stock split. Just means it's doomed. Doomed. Total revenue. It's a small. I mean, it's just. There's better places for your money, Captain John. And I don't say that you can't make money on this. Here, we'll go over to Active Trader Pro. I don't mean that you can't make money on this. You can trade it, and here's Active Trader Pro. By the way, if you sign up for Fidelity, let me look. Because Barb, I was telling this story at the beginning. Active Trader Pro. This is free for everybody from my understanding. Get real-time insights. If you have Fidelity, I think it's free. Know what to expect. Oh, maybe if you have an ETF or not an ETF, a 401k. Maybe you don't get it if you have a 401k. You have to have a brokerage account. But you should be able to get Active Trader Pro. But here, I was on Active Trader Pro. Here's CEI on. So CEI, I'm not saying you can't make money on this one because, let's look at here. I'm going to bring you back. We'll go back to Safari and we'll take a look at a daily. The algorithm won't work on this one. I guarantee it won't work. But look at yesterday's. You opened at 12 cents. Your high was 14 cents. Your low was 10 cents. You closed at 10.72 cents. So you had a 10% swing in the period from low to high. It's a pretty good stock to trade. Day before, you opened up at 6 cents, high of 7 cents, low of 5 cents, period swing 3.3. As you get closer to this and you get hype, you get more of an intraday. And so when you're on an intraday kind of thing, I would say you use shorter time frames on your candles, and you wait for the confirmation above the 9 or the 21. And you kind of trade on that based on the Bollinger Bands. But CEI is not something you put your money into and you can invest in. And so for me particularly, I would say stay away from it. Unless you want to trade it. Again, unless you want to trade it. But particularly, I would probably trade in KOLD. I think this one is a great swing trade, but it doesn't have the period. Look at this. Yesterday's period was only 1.1%. Day before, 2%. Day before that, 2.3%. Well, I should say 4 hours. These are 4 hours. But look at the 4 hour on December 16th in the morning. It's a 5% swing. It's a half a day. I like it. Yeah, I CEI. The reason they're doing a 50-for-1 reverse split is they want to keep their listing. They can't be on the NASDAQ with less than $1, so they're doing a 50-for-1 reverse split in order to raise that. That UCO does that all the time. KOLD, Boyle, they all do it all the time. It's a decaying asset, and CEI is an energy company, and they should be making money. 100% they should be making money, but they're not. I'm trying to get the camera so that when I talk into the microphone, but it's not always good. Here's what I'll do. I'll bring this over here because I'm always looking over to that left. Okay. I think I'm going to start the... Captain John is not great at analysis. It's just stay the F away from it. You can make money on it. I hate telling people no, don't trade in it, because you can make money in anything that you want. I just think there's better places to put your money. And I posted this morning a great quote from Warren Buffett, where people go to the supermarket all the time and they see, one of the psychologies. Wow, breaking news. Wells Fargo to pay $3.7 billion for loan and account mismanagement. Wells Fargo just crashed. Okay, now we got to bring up that breaking news now that we had our scan. Catalyst. Here's the thing. $3.7 billion, that ain't nothing. And it's in the past. I think you buy Wells Fargo here. $3.7 billion judgment against them for account and loan mismanagement. I still like the stock. I still like it. SQQQ. Let me add that one. Justin. I'll add it, Justin. I'll add it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I think I'm going to start the podcast. On a side note, I told my friend Nikki I would take her car shopping, since she thinks I'm a tremendous negotiator. Let me see. You're killing me, Justin. Let me look. Dude, kudos on getting in on that one. I like Wells Fargo at 40. It's at $40.65. It's already recovered. I think it went down to $4.40. Let's see. I'm going to take you over to Active Trader Pro. Here's how you trade catalysts. I may actually put $10,000 into this one. Yeah, look at the candle. I mean, you're on a 5-minute candle. It went down to $40.09. It's already up at $40.80. It's coming back. Shit, you know what? I think I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy Wells Fargo. I like this chart. Here, I'll take you back to Safari. Look at that. I think you're oversold. And I think today's judgment means absolutely nothing. Let's see. I'm going to put in a buy it. $40.50 seems like a good round number. I may get it. Now the question is, where should I buy it? God, I got nothing in my Roth. Shares to buy. I'm going to do a calculator. Where's my calculator? I gotta let the dog in. No. You gonna let her in? Yeah, I was gonna get up. I'm just buying a stock. Hi, girls. Okay. Put in an order. Wells Fargo, $40.50. Oh, BTU. I'm gonna add that one in. Let's see. I usually don't do that, but $40.50 if anybody wants to follow me on that one. I like Wells Fargo. Cause look, I'm on Safari. P is 10. It's not super expensive. We can go to Bank of America. I think it's even less. Do you have to? Oh, she's got to poop. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, you have to go out. You have to go out. Okay, she's got to go out. come in. Woo. It's cold. Okay, I'm going to close the door. Okay. Dog had to poop. Okay. Sorry about that. My apologies. But look at Bank of America at 10 on the PE. Wells Fargo, 10. By the way, look at this bad boy. Citi 5. But Wells Fargo year to date down 12%. Bank of America, I still think Bank of America at 30 is a great buy. 27. I was going to bring this up. But look, 31.76. You're trading at 32. I like it. BTU. Let's look at BTU. Hey, James, did you get TrendSpider? Or no? You're out as far as the algorithm goes on TrendSpider. See that 20% gain? Oh, let me get the dog in here. There was no dog. It's just a shadow. BTU. Okay. Justin, man, I was going to look at SQQQ for you. Let it ride. I don't even have to look at this one. Let it ride. Look. It's touching the gap. I think I said that at 49. I think you're filling that gap. Personal opinion, but I'd probably let it ride. My guess is that you'll get to probably 55. When did you get in? $50.25. I'd let it ride. Let's look at Active Trader Pro. Oh, I'm not going to get that Wells Fargo buy, by the way. You're due for a bounce in the market. I'd let it ride. I just can't imagine that with this type of action, we're seeing a huge downturn on the open. I think Wells Fargo might see a downturn on the open, but I have it after hours, so I missed it, I think. I think I put it too low. Let me see. How do I look at my orders? I'm not a big fan of the I guess I've got it open for the day. Orders. I got it open for the day, it looks like. But I put it in for pre-market, so. Yeah. I'm getting crapped on by my friends for my LinkedIn. Okay, let's do the podcast. I'm going to start recording. Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 20th, and we've been live on YouTube trading a bunch. Well, not a bunch. I personally trade. I've got a order in, full disclosure, for Wells Fargo at $40.50. The CFB PB orders Wells Fargo to pay $3.7 billion for loan and accounting mismanagement. Ironically, I will bring it up on the screen right now. Wells Fargo had a cross up. Let's go to Wells Fargo. WFC is the symbol. And they had a cross up in the pre-market. So when I was doing my scans, Wells Fargo came up for $41.80. I put in a buy for $40.50. It has not hit that. It is trading about $40.70 right now. Let me look at Active Trader Pro. $40.72 is the bid. So it's 905, hoping it hits $40.50. If it does, that order will go through. So if you'd like to try and play along, that's what I did today. The MACD, if you look, the MACD is just way down. The RSI is at 38, 39. There's no reason for this. The company, basically what it is the company was paid, has to pay this fine for the past, and that means nothing to them. It really doesn't. So I do think that this is a buy per se. If you are in our private Facebook group, then you know my dad is a member of the Motley Fool. He pays for the membership. And as part of that membership, he reads from his iPad on a regular basis to me all the articles if I sit at the kitchen table at any point in time during the day, because he's on his iPad all day. But he will sit there and read the articles. One kind of caught my ear yesterday, and it was the top ETFs. And I think I have this up. Yeah, here is, by the way, the article. I posted it in the live chat on YouTube, so you can, if you pull up the live chat, you can look at that one. But here on the screen, I have them. VTI is the number one, VOO, the S&P 500. VTI is a total stock market. But take a look at this list. If for some reason you want something to just buy and hold, say you have an HSA, a healthcare spending account, say you have a Roth, say you don't want to necessarily trade a lot, buy these. These will make you long-term buys. What I'm going to do for the TrendSpider members, the people who buy TrendSpider, because again, remember, TrendSpider is on sale for 50% off for the Elite. You need the Elite to use my algorithm for back testing. You can still set up alerts for your cross-ups in the premium one. You don't need my algorithm for that. But if you want to try and test your own kind of skill and see how the stocks perform from a back testing perspective, Elite would be your one. If you just want alerts from, hey, I want to buy when it crosses up and sell, I'll still give you all of my exit and entry kind of things, and you can set up the things in premium. But I was wrong yesterday. You can't buy it for $32.50 per month. That's just what it costs when you buy it for $390 for the year. But for those people, I will be setting up all of these ETFs so that we can track which ones cross up and when on a 4-hour time frame. Again, my 4-hour time frame, the reason why I do it, somebody asked why I do a 4-hour time frame. I don't want to be sitting. This algorithm was created when I had a job. So I had a 40-hour-a-week job, just like everybody else who's probably listening. And, sometimes I was working 60 hours a week. I didn't have time to sit there and just stare at charts all day. So what did I do? I set a 4-hour time frame. And what that 4-hour time frame allowed me to do was have a life. You get alerts at 1:30 and you get alerts at 4 o'clock when the market closes. Those are the only two times you get alerts. So I would set up my day. And by the way, I was king of not attending Zoom calls from 1 to 2 because I would get the alerts at 1:30 and I would be watching the stock market from 1 to 2. That would be my lunch. So that's why I do 4 hours. And it did seem to jive. We tried it on a daily basis. And while the algorithm worked on a daily basis from a strategy perspective, it just didn't trigger us soon enough. It got us in too late. So we went to 4 hours. We tried 2 hours. Too many alerts. We tried 1 hour. Too many alerts. And honestly, it just didn't perform as well as the 4 hour. So that's why we did the 4 hour. That's why I look at 4 hour, because I do think that 4 hour is similar to a day. There are mathematical equations, and most algorithms are built on a daily basis. That's why you see heavy volume in the morning, heavy volume right before close, because they're built on a daily. So I do think that there's an opportunity there for TrendSpider where I put these ETFs in, and I'll put a watch list. And if you want it, I'll share it. So hit me up and I'll share it. I do want to mention somebody from our crew on YouTube yesterday reached out to me because they had a bad experience with Fidelity. If you guys have a bad experience with anybody that I recommend, Fidelity, TrendSpider, let me know. If I can correct that at all, I will try. But, my apologies to the person. She knows who she is. I do not mean to lead you into bad experiences. Companies make mistakes. Companies do things wrong. And it's not always their intention, but sometimes things happen. Luckily, it was not the end of the world. There was some delay in money being transferred. But again, with Fidelity, you should get Active Trader Pro for free. The only thing that I could think of was that maybe with some 401ks, you don't get Active Trader Pro. But I don't know. I don't know the exact situation. She said everything had worked out. She just wanted me to know. And so I wanted to bring up, hey, if you do have a problem, just let me know. Now, I didn't bring this up yesterday because some of my friends were mocking me because I'm not a big fan of Avatar. And it turns out most people are not. Over the weekend, Disney got killed yesterday in the market. Look at those two candles on the way down. I was saying anything below 100, I thought Disney was a buy. Here's the problem, and I bring this up with you guys all the time. Disney has a 49 PE. It's got a forward PE of 16. They were expected their earnings per share this year, 170%. Next year, it's only expected to grow by 28%. If we go into a recession, Disney will get hit. You look at December 12th, reiterated Morgan Stanley with a $115 price target, $120 price target. These will probably come down, but Disney's getting beaten down. My guess is Iger's in there. He's doing some stuff. I think you could buy this at anywhere in the 80s and probably be happy when it comes back to the 200-day at around 100. That's just my guess. There is no catalyst in the world right now, and there is no reason to buy it right now. But I will tell you it's on a watch list, and I think it's probably a good one to continue to watch. It just got killed. I am going to post this in the YouTube chat right now. These are the megatech stocks that year-to-date performance. Let me post this in the YouTube chat so you guys can see it and follow along with me. Meta, down 66%. PayPal, down 65%. Tesla, down 63%. AMD, down 57%. Netflix, down 52%. Amazon, down 50%. NVIDIA, down 46%. Disney, down 45%. Uber, down 43%. Google, down 39%. Microsoft, down 28%. Apple, down 27%. The reason I bring this up is because of Apple. Apple has not been hit the way everything else has been hit. And you can see it's got no confirmation whatsoever. It's at 132. I tell you guys to always pick this up on the way down. I just don't think we're done going down. What I want you to look at is, and I was looking at this yesterday because you guys know Apple is a huge, huge percentage of my entire portfolio, and I still have yet to sell any. I may sell some going into the end of the year because what I'm going to do, and I tell you guys this all the time, taxes make just as big a difference as your trades. So trade around taxes. You absolutely want to trade around taxes. Take a look at what I noticed yesterday. And just when you're below, this is a daily chart, just when you're below the 200-day, just take a look. That is at $130 level. So you still have 0.2% to go down to that line. But you've got one almost touching. And for a trend line, remember, you want three of them. You've got one almost touching, two right there, and then that third. And so I think that we've got something here as to, is it putting in a bottom? I would say yes, but go back to pre-COVID. And that's where I'm going to drag this one back to. If we go back to a weekly, because most of those stocks that I just read you, they went back to pre-COVID. And so if you go to a weekly and just pull up COVID, pre-COVID, Apple was at 78. Did COVID, for some reason, pull forward a lot of this? Now, it is expensive. Apple has a PE. Let's take a look at the PE. Apple has a PE of 21, a forward PE of 19. So when you look at this chart, I think you're probably coming down. You can see this when back in 2018, when rates started to get pulled up, when things started to look like, hey, we're heading into a recession. And then Janet Yellen all of a sudden in January said, oh, I don't want to send us into a recession, so I'm not going to tighten as quickly as I wanted to. And then you just took off. Then you had COVID. And then you just took off. And then you've kind of floundered around here just above the 120 range. I think you're probably coming back to this 200-day at 114. So I don't want to say that, yeah, we're going lower. But because of that list, because Apple is the number 12 position and it's a come down 27%, everything else has been beaten up. But Apple also is the largest stock in the stock market, in the history of the stock market, I should say. It's also got a significant growth in my mind with augmented reality, virtual reality coming out with a car that potentially could come out. I think they've got their tentacles and they've shown their ability to expand. Just look at the wearables division of Apple. In the S&P, I think it would be a top 20 S&P company, just the wearables division, and that's headphones and watches. I mean, at this point, I think those are the only wearables. So, somebody went through it at $40.50. I think John, let me see. Yep, I got it, John, too. So we're both in at $40.50. WFC just went through. So we could see some selling, but I thought that was a fair price. I think anything around 40 is a good price for Wells Fargo. I personally will probably put in, personally in my head, I said, okay, at $40, if I go to 36, I'm out. So at 36, I will sell on the downside. At 44, I'm out. I'm going to sell. I'm using it as a trade. So I like that one. But I wanted to point out those big down moves because take a look at those companies. There are significant companies in that mix that have great products, great services, and are making money. Microsoft is another one. Google is another one. Amazon's another one. I think you've got opportunity there. I'm not going to go over all of their charts because I want to make it a little bit quick here. There was a tweet yesterday, and I wish I could bring this up. I think it was on Twitter. Let me look at my Twitter. Because there was a tweet about Apple yesterday, and I want to look at it real quick, about it trading below the Bollinger Bands. Here we go. And this is the look. The last time Apple was outside the lower Bollinger Band was September 30th. The stock went up 6% the next 2 days. And Heisenberg says, I'm a bear by heart, but sometimes you got to trade what's in front of you. I could be totally wrong here, but someone has to say it. And again, we're all just guessing here on the stock market. I don't care if you're an expert. There's no way anybody can tell you exactly 100%. But look at this is a daily of Apple, and I think it's TradingView that they use. They're not using TrendSpider. The last time the daily RSI was this low. See the daily RSI? Let's go and look at the daily on Apple. And he's just looking. Let me make sure I'm looking at the same time period. Back to July. So let's pull this back to July. We'll look at this back to July. There we go. And let's take a look at this one. Okay, hold on. I paused it. I think the dogs are at the door. Nope, they are quietly under their blankets outside. And by the way, Captain John, high five, man. High five. We got in at $40.50. Let me take a look at it. Probably means that we're going down to 36, by the way. Oh shit, it's up at 40.90. We're good. John, we're good. Captain, my captain. Let me record this. Sorry, I had to pause that. The dog seemed to be coming. But let's take a look at Apple on the daily. And you see the RSI. See it down here, how it's bouncing down? The RSI right now is at 33. If I were to buy Apple, I probably would not buy it right now. And the reason I wouldn't buy it right now is because of this MACD. See how it's going straight down? Do you want to get into Apple? Absolutely. Do I think that this is part of the, hey, we're going to go 6% in the next day? You can't time this shit. But I like his analysis. I really, really do. And you can see completely outside the lower Bollinger Bands, completely outside the lower Bollinger Bands the last time the RSI. And he mentioned, I could be wrong. And I like traders who say they could be wrong. But look at that Bollinger Band. He's right. It's outside the Bollinger Bands. And the last time it was September right here. And look at how it made the move up. It wants to go back to that 9-day. It wants to go back to the 21 and the 50. It wants to go back to that 200. So I like that one. I like it a lot. Let's look at KOLD. KOLD is crazy because I made mention, I think last week, you should buy KOLD. It had another cross up here at $17.40. You're trading at $17.59. Let's go back over to Active Trader Pro and let's type in KOLD. I don't know that this one's going to look at that run. I mean, you were down at 15. So you've made this move all the way up here. I need to go back and listen to my own podcast to try and determine, hey, what's the best, when did I first say this? But if we go back to Safari, I can tell you probably when I was looking at this right down here. I said at 12 when it crossed up. I think it had to go back to the 200-day, well above the 200-day, got you out way down here. But I would have said, hey, take your profits up here at 21. If you bought in at 12 and you get to 21, freaking take your profits. Take your profits. We just got xxx.biz. Let's see, hot girls for you. We're hiding. We're going to hide this. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, douche. It's a bot. But that's $12.97. I think you're coming back to this 21. I personally, I would trade this one on a slow basis because it's run up so much. Active Trader Pro, you can look at it. Do I trade Boyle? Not right now. I mean, I'm sitting here freezing. Atlanta, I got an alert from my my Echo Bee and my Nest. Both. I have both in my house. Upstairs, I have Echo Bee. Downstairs, I have Nest. Both of them said, hey, your house is kind of cold. And the reason is because I don't turn on the freaking heat. It's Atlanta. What do I need the heat on? It's not going to get down to freezing. Well, ironically, it's going to get down to freezing. So Boyle, remember, trades on natural gas. So I do think that, Boyle, you've gotten out. It got you out with a loss. Look at that $38. Could have gotten out, taking your 8% if you swung trade this one kind of in a day. So I like KOLD. If you're trading both of them, I like KOLD. I told you guys a few days ago, Delta Airlines was good. Remember, it pumped up there. It's lost everything. I mean, it really has lost everything. Here is, I think this was, I said, hey, Delta Airlines has got to go back to 40 at some point. Then they had good news. Look at that period, 6.93% on December 13th. But it's just like everything else has lost it. Their earnings are coming up in January 11th. Guys, take a note if you fly. I was just at Miss America. I did not fly to Miss America. I drove to Miss America. But everybody that flew said the planes were packed. They're probably going to get a pump here on their earnings. Look at what they did last time on earnings. It went all the way from 29 all the way up to 34. You got out with a 7% gain, but you could have gotten 10%. So I do think as we get closer to earnings on Delta, you're going to use this 200-day right now as support. My guess is you go right past it. If I had to look at this one right now, look at that MACD. It's not crossing up anytime soon. It's still on its way down. The RSI is down at 41. I wanted to bring this up just because I had brought it up to you guys. Now, we did buy Wells Fargo at $40.50 this morning. Bank of America, remember, they had a cross up yesterday at 31.97. You're seeing that bottom button hook on the MACD. See it? The RSI is at 35. I think the financials have been beaten down a little bit. You've got January 12th is the earnings. So I like Bank of America. I think anything around 3 again. At some point in time, I think I've got this one in the daily stock pick core portfolio. I do like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I forget what that. Oh, I think that's from Dumb and Dumber. I like it a lot. TQQQ. We've talked about this one before. It's lost its ascending triangle. See how it's way down below there? It's filling that gap. Somebody asked me, I think it was Justin, asked me, should I get out of SQQQ? If you're watching on YouTube right now, look at that TQQQ. There's no way you'd get into this one. It's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. Look at the MACD. It's just, there's nothing that tells me that you want to buy this to get it back to the 200-day. Now, on the inversion, SQQQ. Look at that. You're just entering the $53 gap. You're at $52.35. The gap goes all the way up to 59. Will you completely fill it? I don't know. But if I had to buy one of the two right now, it would be SQQQ because I don't think there's a catalyst to push this one up. I push TQQQ up. But I do think anything under 20 on TQQQ, I think you can buy it and wait till we get some type of catalyst on that one too. But for right now, I would say SQQQ. And if you're like Justin and you got in at $50, you're at 52, I think you hold on to SQQQ. I think you wait maybe for 55 and then you get out. But identify what you want out of that trade. If you want to trade it on a daily basis and just take 1% and then maybe get in tomorrow, take 1%, you can do that too. Those triple levered ETFs, they move quick. So when, all of a sudden the government is funded, boom, catalyst, and TQQQ goes up. BTU. This is Tom's favorite. This is Peabody Energy. It has you out of the algorithm right now, but I wouldn't say it's a bad buy because look at what's coming up. See that blue line right there? That's the MACD crossing up on that yellow line, which is the signal line. And so I think you're going to get another buy in here soon. See how those Bollinger Bands are syncing up? Now, if I had to guess, I think this one continues to go up. Look at this one. This one's crazy. Year to date, up 183%. It's got a PE of 3. It's making money. It's coal. June, Jeffries, hold to buy at $36 price target. What are you at right now? 28? 36, a way bigger move. I mean, if you want to hold this one to 36, that's why I don't think that you're crazy buying into this one, even though it's gone on this run. This one, the algorithm makes you 278% over 1,000 candles. Remember, there's 2 candles in a day on my algorithm because it's a 4-hour chart. 278% in the algorithm. You have 27 positions. You win 44% of the time. Your average win is 28%. This is absolutely one you could trade based on the algorithm. Now, here's the killer. If you would have bought this 1,000 candles ago and just held it, you don't trade it, you just hold it, you're up 1,370%. It's a coal company. These are the guys with the black faces going in and extracting the coal. Heroes, in my mind, that are powering your homes. It's a horrible, horrible life if you guys have ever watched movies on it. I have never been to a coal mine. I have no interest in being in a mine. I'm slightly claustrophobic, so I might go crazy. I think it was James wanted me to look at GIS. General Mills. I think he bought into this one. Great move if you bought into this one. The algorithm said buy at $79.27 at 12 cents. Sorry. It has been a legendary move. Earnings, did they come out already? Let's see. GIS. Boom, boom, boom. GIS downgrade from Deutsche Bank. Buy to hold at $88 price target. Stock falls despite Q2. Let's go to Active Trader Pro and look at GIS. Let's see where their move has gone. They did report earnings, but it's just been a legendary move. Look at GIS down here. You got a 2.48% dividend. Their PE is 18, so it's a little bit high. A little bit high. Wouldn't say it's crazy, but it's a little bit high. But you've fallen from 80. Looks like the market just opened up, but you closed at around 87. You're opening up at 82. You're down 5%. Let's go back to Safari. We'll look at this one from the out. Look at that. It's created a gap. So I wouldn't buy it right now. But GIS, again, you play the stock market. This is going to be create a gap right here. So there's going to be a gap here between 86 and 83, 82. I don't know that you necessarily buy it today. But God, before that ex-dividend date, in my mind, I think you make a move up. You're going to use this 200-day at 80 as a support level. That's just the fact of this. Let's take a look here. If we go to a daily of general, this is just a consumer staples. This makes all the sugary cereals that you guys love. Look at how it clings to that 50-day. It's going to come down here around 81. Between 81 and probably 82 is probably where you can buy it in the next couple of days before the ex-dividend date. Look at the MACD and the RSI. They're just falling. It was bound to happen. It's just gone on too much of a run. But if you want to buy that one, you're still in this as far as the algorithm goes from 79. I probably would get out. Well, that button hook happened. It was clear that button hook happened. Look at that 9-day crossing down towards that 21-day. Clear if you're in that one. But hopefully you got out before the earnings. If you're just kind of, again, you got to kind of play smart and identify. If this was a long-term hold, don't sell it into earnings. If this was something where you were trading and you bought here at 79, say you bought at 79 and you said, hey, it's a trade. My guidance would have been, hey, from 79 to 87, you've made your 10%. Get out. In a consumer staple where you made 10% in less than a month, November 17th to December 20th, just about a month, get out. Don't play the earnings and think that you're smarter. Most of the people probably got out, like the algorithms and things of that sort. It's just too big of a move into earnings. See, look at the move down on the earnings, and then you went up on earnings. Look at the move just up on earnings. Continue to go up, but you pulled back. Yeah. Continue to be smart about this one. McKesson, MCK. I think James brought this one up as well. You just had a cross up, 375. It's expensive. MCK, let's look at it. MCK PE 26. It's expensive. You got a 0.58% dividend. You're up 51% year to date. The only other one that I would say in the healthcare space that I think is similar is UNH. UNH, you're up only 4%. McKesson is up 50% year to date. Their earnings are expected this year to grow. This is United Health, 12%. Next year, 13%. I still think you can get into United Health at a reasonable valuation. McKesson, their expected earnings next year, 6.44%. This year, it's grown 1.25. So at some point, you're becoming a little bit extended here. But at 375, I continue. Look at how it bounces off that 200-day and it uses as support. The 200 days at 364. I think maybe you wait until it hits 370. Their earnings are coming up February 1st. I like it though. Again, it's making money. It's probably a good long-term play. Their book value really is minus 12. Just don't look at this. Cash per share. They got $20 worth of cash per share. They got plenty of cash on the balance sheet. They'll probably buy a bunch of stuff. August, resumed Morgan Stanley overweight. June, Deutsche Bank, hold to buy, $378 price target. You're there. I mean, let's look at the 52-week. You're only 6% below your $400, which is a 52-week high. 63% above your 52-week low, which was 229. Yeah, it's a great company. Great company. I wish I would have seen it 51% ago. Two scans that came up. We went over the first ones, Wells Fargo. We're in. Captain John and I are in at $40.50. High five again. If you got into this one, let's see where we're at right now. Let's see if it took off. Again, any reaction to the market is an overreaction. You're at $42. Yeah, we've made a couple of bucks. So great trade on that one. Again, I'm identifying this as a trade, but I like the company. And I'm identifying it as a swing trade. If I can make 10% off this, I'm going to evaluate it at 10%. If I get out at 10%, I'm not unhappy if it runs to 20% because I made my decision. If for some reason it went down to 36 today, I would have to make my decision then. Do I hold on to it or do I double down? I did not buy my entire position. I was waiting to see what it does. I'm not going to buy it again because again, you're above the $41.80 price point that I like. But if you're on YouTube Live, man, you got live in that trade with me. And if you didn't, shame on you. For everybody that was on YouTube Live, I identified it. So shame on you. There was only one other scan that I found today, and that's Lucid, LCID. I have no idea. This is a retail pop trade, I think. I have no idea why anybody would get in this one, but it was a cross up at $7.24. Let's go back to Active Trader Pro so we can see where it is. They got an influx of cash, and it essentially diluted people, and I have no idea, but people think that they're not going to go out of business, so they bought into it. It's up 4% at $7.52. The algorithm says get in at $7.24. You can see this one just slides. Here's the reality of this stock, okay? Great trading stock. Would I get in now? Hell no. Because of this slide right here. Do I think it's going to get back up to this $13 and cover this small little gap? No. These guys have a lot more to prove before they get back up to the 200-day. That 200-day is in a downward spiral. See how it's downward? See how the 50 days downward? Even though the algorithm gets you in here, it's trading on the bottom end of the Bollinger Bands. You just got above the 9-day. The Bollinger Band is still on its way down. I just don't think it's a good trade, even though it's a cross-up. I would not get into this one, even though it's a cross-up at $7.24. I just, again, you have to identify where you want it. And I was saying this on YouTube Live. I drive an electric car. Great example yesterday. So my dad's Model X has free lifetime supercharging. So we have a supercharger about 3 miles from the house, and we decide every time we kind of go out, we're going to top off a little bit. Think about pulling into a gas station and getting free gas. That's essentially what it is. So I pull up in the car. Hey, we want to go to this supercharger. And it alerts me that stall 1D is out of service. So there's 8 stalls and 3 are taken and 1D is out of service. So four were taken. So we had 3 open because 1 was out of commission. So I pulled in. I saw 1D. It was a nice, big, wide open spot. I said, that's broken. I'm just going to pull into, I think it was 1C. Pulled into 1C. Everything was fine. Here's the reality of the Lucids and everybody else that uses Electrify America. Your car does not talk to the network. So while it will lead you to the actual supercharger, you could get to the supercharger, then find out the shit ain't working. Well, say you're on a road trip from Atlanta to New Jersey, and you pull into the Walmart, and it's the only fast supercharger that's around for miles and miles and miles, and you've got 0 miles. And you pull in, and you find out that it's under construction. Not good. Not good. So I wouldn't invest in Lucid. I wouldn't look at this one. I would say, hey, it's out. It's just not a good investment. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. The folks on YouTube are just bringing up retail trading. I ain't going over your retail trades. You guys can trade it. But I do like some of these. I'll stay on YouTube Live a little bit and trade. Again, if you've gotten this far, rate me on Spotify, hit those 5 stars. If you've gotten this far on Apple Podcasts, please rate it. Just hit the 5 stars. You can give me a review if you want. I know I grabbed my friend's phone and put in a review the other day on Apple. If you'd like to read it, go to your Apple Podcast and look at that. Look at it. Look at the review on my show. I wrote it myself, so you'll be entertained. I will tell you. You will absolutely be entertained. So if you have any questions, hit me up on the socials. The link tree down below has everything. Remember that the TrendSpider sale goes on, let me just see, for 6 more days. After that, I think it goes down to like 45% that you get off on the Elite. You do need the Elite. If you want my algorithm, you can absolutely get it. I show you guys all the charts on YouTube. So, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Export song to disk. Okay, I'll keep this over here because you guys can't hear me without it. Okay. Where are we? Oh, I was on. Ugh. Let's see, Wells Fargo. Oh. Guys, when I say buy. Let me see. I'm going to read you. What's the best trade you ever made in a day? Captain John asked me. You get a special shout out because you followed me in that trade. I hate to say it because I don't want to give anybody the expectation that it's reality. I think it was about 200%. It was on one of those retail stocks, and I forget which one, to be honest with you, Captain John. It was, God. It was, I think, if I remember correctly, it was trading below $1. And I think it went up to $2 or $3. And it was within an hour. You can get in on those, but just realize it wasn't something. I don't like to say it, and the reason is because it's kind of like playing the lottery. You're not trading on fundamentals. You're trading on momentum. And I would rather take a 10% win on momentum. It's just learning. You have to learn this for the hard way, unfortunately. Every time you think, yeah, this one's going up 20% because I've got it. And you don't take your 5%. You don't take your 6%, even though it's a great trade. You learn the hard way. Like Wells Fargo right now, shit. Let's turn on a 1-minute chart on Wells Fargo. Man, my stomach's rumbling. See, it's lost. This won't hit 44 today. But we got in it. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. The market's down, but we've, let me see. I don't even think it'll tell me. Let me see. All positions. I'm down today. Wells Fargo. I'm up 4%. That's a hell of a trade. I don't know who this is. This will be interesting. I just got a text. Hey, is this Gary? I don't know who it is. Stefan. Who's your broker? Oh, you got E-Trade. I think I remember you got E-Trade. Let's see. Let me give. I've got friends asking me. I think I have somebody who stalked me. Share. Copy. Link copied. Right now. I got a friend who wants to join on YouTube. We're down almost 1% again. Yeah, see, John, and it wasn't even IPOs. It was, I think it was just, think of GameStop. Here, I'll show you. Let me quit GarageBand. Save. Let's go back to Safari. And this, I'll show you GME. And the only reason I'm showing you this is because I remember it. Get them to give you after hours, by the way, Zephan. It's owned by, I think, Morgan Stanley now is when it's owned. It's owned by. So look at GME. So back here in January of 2021, you've got daily candles that are 20%, 67%, 67%. That's just a daily candle. Down 26%, down 36%, 17%, 17%. These are just the dailies. Up 25%. So, but CEI is that might be a good example too. Let's look at a daily on CEI. Yeah, see, 25%. You can go back here, 49%. It's just not a good investment. Inversely, look at Bank of America. We'll go to a daily on Bank of America. See how you're before, like after COVID, you're kind of just hovering above the 200-day. Well, you lost the 200-day. Why'd you lose the 200-day? Not quite sure, but the 200-day is still in a downward trajectory. So it tried to get above there, but it didn't hold it. It's below there. I don't think that below there is a bad thing. You look at this, that bottom. You don't have double bottoms because this one went all the way down to 29. So, but you're starting to create this bottom here. Let's create a line that goes from here to here, and we're doing channel. And yeah, you broke that. But if we go back up to the top and you go to the 52-week high, look at where you are in this channel. That's 50% right there at 38. You're down here. So I just, again, I like to look at the opportunities, and Bank of America is a well-run company. Here, look at the weekly. We'll look at Wells Fargo too, since I now own it. I plan on holding it for a little bit. Again, 44 is the minimum. When I bought in at 40, 44 is the minimum. And I think Bank of America is a good one. Look at the gap down here on the weekly between 26 and 25 that hasn't been filled. And that's way back here from November 2020. So I don't think you're getting down there. I think you really have to crash to get down there. But there's some volume support there. Let's pull it back. This is where I would put the... So you can see if we break this right here this week, if we close below 32 this week, I think you're probably coming down here to about 20. It might hit this shelf at 29 and then pause, but Yeah. You're taking a chance. But let's look at Wells Fargo. Because it had a cross up, but I'll tell you from a long-term perspective, here's Wells Fargo. Look, you got these gaps have been filled. So the only gap that hasn't been filled is down here between 33 and 34. But it was well above the 200-day at that point. You were way above the 200-day back there. So while it extends here to kind of after the 200-day, I don't think you're looking at that as a significant gap to fill. You've filled this gap already on the way up. But if we use the channel and we this is a daily. So if we use the channel and we kind of say the two bottoms are about right here, and you broke them, but we kind of go up. You're in this bottom part of the channel. And I think you do have the 200-day to come up to at about 45. That's why I took the trade this morning. Usually I don't trade with you guys on the on YouTube, but today I felt it necessary. And I've been too far. I didn't get into some of the other ones that you guys have gotten into. Let me go to Anchor. I'm going to upload this. And I think I've got 2 podcasts here. Hey, is this Gary? I don't know who that is. 1219, 1220, move to trash. I've got to go to Anchor. Bum, bum, bum. But Wells Fargo seems to be putting in a pretty good shelf right there. We're going to insert ad. I like today's show. I thought today's show was pretty good. Let me see. Do I have other people sending me messages? I do. I have a friend texting me about that I was right about Stacey Abrams. I like Stacey Abrams. I like her mission. I like her stance on things. I like her enthusiasm. I like her ability to inspire. What I don't like about Stacey Abrams is her management of money. And sorry, but the governor, while managing people and processes and laws, and you also have to manage money. And somebody who's a Harvard educated lawyer who's making 6 figures a year and doesn't pay taxes, and then says she needed the money to for her family. I made many years far less than 6 figures. I paid my taxes. I may not have had all of, I'm not unsympathetic, but I didn't ignore my taxes and then run for office and say, hey, I had liabilities like everybody else. That's where I think you're a bad politician. And now it's coming out that she's overspent her campaign funds. So, I think he's admitting to me, he goes, yeah, because he and I had a pretty good argument about it. Not an argument, but a debate, because I don't argue with anybody, because everybody has a right to their opinion. You just can't make up facts. Okay, who's out there trading? I'm doing the podcast. Anchor, I'm going to take episodes. We're going to copy. I think it's 50% off. Well, it's 55%. Yeah. I'm going to close that. I will also give you watch lists and my custom scans day. Anybody sign up for Webull? Did I tell you guys, by the way? I put $1,000 into Webull because I'm still going to do the charity thing. I'm just going to do it in the new year when I actually have time when I'm back in Atlanta. But here, I signed up for Webull. And I got Apple, Kraft Heinz, Procter & Gamble, and Gap. I've made $40 since I signed up for Webull. I haven't traded in a Webull account. I put in $1,000. It's sitting there in cash. But the stocks that they gave me, it's $40. It's not great interest rate, but that was a couple weeks ago? Risk level safe. Should have bought Wells Fargo in that one. But I don't want to get stuck in the pattern day trader. If you have under $25,000 in an account, remember it's a pattern day trader. I am going to Oh, you know what? I should copy this. Let me go back into the Facebook group because, yay. We're going to go back into Facebook. 4 notifications. You have 2 new members. Sky and Ronnie. What's up, Sky and Ronnie? And if you sign up for Webull, use the link. Because I get to roll the dice on the okay. Let's see. Copy. And then I am going to and by the way, if you buy the ETFs that my dad said to buy, I'm going to hit the top ETFs from Motley Fool. I'll look at REI for you. I love the outdoor store. I just think, James, I led you the wrong way on that one. But I did tell you soon afterwards I'd get out. I think it's going to gap. Aha, Captain John is Sky. What's up, Sky? You got TrendSpider, didn't you, Sky? I think you were one of the couple of people that I signed up yesterday. And if you're listening to me this far, and you're an hour into this, and you haven't signed up for TrendSpider, you crazy. You crazy. What am I going to title this one? I think I'll say Vanguard ETFs to just buy and hold. Market update 12/2022. Publish this now. I think that's a good list. Here's what we'll do. We're going to copy. Publish now. Sky, I'll tell you that, like I told everybody else, and I think Zephin and everybody on here, I think the few people that are on here, I think most of them are signed up for TrendSpider. It's overwhelming at first. Completely overwhelming at first. But if you signed up for that middle one, Sky, you get a free education, so you can just ask TrendSpider for help. B, you have me, so you can ask me for help on anything. But in order to actually find use in it, I think you have to use it. And so I go in there every day. And when I had a full-time job, and most of you guys probably have a full-time job, but that's why I use the 4 hour. Let me see. Do I have any messages? Nope. I have to switch account. Sorry, I'm texting. Seven, I got to look at that one. Hold on. I got to post this. Let me post this, and then I'll go in there and look. I got to, as to quote Frank Costanza at Festivus, I got a lot of problems with you people. I'm going to put this. I think my mother is going off about something Trump. Who's got crazy people in their family who fight about one side or the other? This is the worst part about hosting a podcast, by the way. The best part is talking with you guys and meeting you guys. Worst part is freaking doing the social media. God, I wish I didn't have to do this. And it's not like I do it to grow. I could care less. If I have one person, I was doing this when I had one person listening. I was so happy when somebody actually started to listen, but I didn't care, and I still don't care if you listen. Could care less. But when people ask me about, hey, I didn't see that you published an episode, I feel bad. Like today, Sky and I got in on Wells Fargo. I don't publicize my trades a lot, by the way. That's why you guys don't see me. Because, and I say this all the time, do not listen to a stranger on the internet when you're buying stocks. This is your money, not mine. And I still have to do the course on the strategy that I use to actually trade. But you guys saw it live. Shit. It wasn't like I did anything different. Uber. I should go over all of these for you guys live on YouTube, but I won't. The next video that I'm gonna do, and it might be today. I feel like editing something. We're gonna take that out, and we are going to do X. We're going to post this. Okay, first tweet is posted. Second tweet. We're going to put in. We're going to say SPY. And we're going to say scans. Wells Fargo. And then we're going to open up Active Trader Pro. I've got it open. You guys are watching it. Bum, bum. Oh, move over to the right. There we go. I should just move this over. ICCM is huge. TQQQ is on its way up. Tesla down. SOXL. Neo, Amazon's in there, AUVI, LSID is in there, LabU, AMD is in there, Ford, CCL, QQQ, TMF, I don't even know what that is, NVIDIA was in there, Uber is in there, XPEV, BBD, SOXS, and TAL, Tilray. Tilray's in there. It's down, but SLV. Okay, I hit my limit. We're gonna tweet that. Okay. I don't want Twitter blue. Oh, by the way, let me go back to Safari. If you guys are on my Twitter, I posted this yesterday. Here's how to handle a 1099K for your personal Venmo. I say this all the time to you guys. Taxes are just as important as trading. And there was these two articles, how to handle a 1099K, and 21% of investors don't think they pay fees. You fuckers pay fees. Trust me, I pay fees, and I try my best to avoid fees. And this is a good look at UCO. I think I started out the live with that, but that's a good one. Okay, what was I going to look at? We're going to remove this. Remove all annotations. And Sky, since you're new, when we make money, we tip Gary. So remember me. The tips are in the link tree. Boy, it's green. TQQQ's red. It was moving. Wells Fargo is putting in here. We'll go over to Active Trader Pro. It's putting in a nice little shelf here between 42.10 and 42.29. It's kind of on the downside, though. But let's look at, what was I going to look at? Oh, REI. Let's look at REI on a 1 minute basis. Look, it's got confirmation, $2.21. See, here's the thing. Look at the confirmation from $2.17 all the way to $2.21. What's that? Each 1% is 2 cents. So you went from 2.17 to 2.21. You got 1% there. Let's look at REI on the... James, you got TrendSpider, right? So here's REI. And for anybody that's watching that doesn't know about REI came up right here on December 2nd in the energy scan that I did. Essentially, the process that I have is I scan in the morning and I scan these things, and then boom, I'll look at it. Oh, and you know what I'm going to do for you guys? I'm going to do the watch list for you guys as well of the Vanguard. But here, so you've got $2.73 is where it hit. I said, hey, there's a danger that this gap is going to, it absolutely got filled on the way down, down to $2.36. This went, and then you got a secondary like fake out at $2.35. You're still in this at $2.35. Here's the MACD. The MACD, yeah, you can see it over my head, but it's kind of going to cross down, it looks like, but the RSI is at 30. Sky, I don't ask for money. Trust me, if you don't tip me, I'm not calling you out. I don't do this for money. I'm happy when you guys make money. But if you want to tip me, I'm not turning it down either. But REI, it's got a green candle today in the morning. It's still, see, here's the thing. James, REI, it still isn't above that 9-day. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So see the green? That's your 9-day. You want it closing above that green for confirmation. And again, this is just my system. And I got to write that book about my system. But if you're not above that 9-day, see how it continues to go down? And see, look, you're above that 9-day. You're closing above that 9-day. And it's going up. That 9-day is super, super important. So, am I up today? Let me see. It does look like. Indices check for folks. I am not. I am down. Overall, I'm down 0.2%. Let me see. I'm down 0.2% and everything's up. Mother effer. I think it's Apple. It's got to be Apple. Let me see. All positions. We'll go down and we'll obsess over Wells Fargo. I'm up 3%. Yeah. Let's look at Apple. But see, REI, I still wouldn't buy in. I see the green candle. I like the green candle. I like that these Bollinger Bands are cinching up a little bit closer because it indicates a move. But I still wouldn't buy it, even though the algorithm says. Let's look at Apple. See, Apple's got a green candle, so it's coming back. It's on the outside of the Bollinger Band still. See, when we zoom in, see how it's just... Yeah, and look at that MACD. And the RSI is down at 26. Whew. Let me pull this back a little bit. Let me shrink this up. Let us look at the volume perspective. We're going to pull that back there. See, here's the killer. You just got no volume shelf whatsoever. But I'm going to look at a daily, and we're going to pull that volume shelf back to the last time it traded at these levels to see if we have any volume shelf whatsoever. We're going to pull it back to this June 2021. And you do have a volume shelf there about 126. If you break that, we're fucked. I'm positive on the market is just trying to make sense. Let's see. Cooper signed it. Cooper, you on here? I know you messaged me. Yeah, my algorithm is in the back testing. So here, I'm on TrendSpider. Up here, there's a strategy tester in the upper right-hand corner. Oh, Sanddial. I know SDN now. It's a great trading stock. Look at the killer net. Ugh. Look at it here. My algorithm, so you know, Captain John. I'm calling you Captain John now. Loses you 48%. You lose 55% in the buy and hold. Average win is 19% though. So if you can pick the right win, I think you're due for a win. I mean, look at this. Look at that MACD, just straight down. It's on the bottom end of the Bollinger Bands. Your RSI is at 24. Let's go to Cooper. Okay, Cooper. Cooper, if you're on here, I'm gonna write you back. YouTube live. Some thoughts. Cooper, I got some thoughts. To quote Frank Costanza, I got some thoughts. Jim Cramer, his top 10 thoughts on the market. Douche. Hate that guy. Limited time offer. My fantasy football trades. Oh, I got to turn off the heat. I got a reminder to turn off the heat, and I forgot. Okay, mode off. We're going to turn it off. And then we're going to do Echo B. And we'll turn off Echo B. Wow, it heated it up. Off. Okay. One last check on Wells Fargo. And then look at REI, man. You're at 223. Look at that. You want to talk about confirmation? Look at that. This is what momentum trading is all about. See how it's above the 9-day? It's above the Bollinger Bands. I wouldn't necessarily buy in right now, but see how it, once it got over that 9-day, just continues to rise. And every 2 cents is a 1% gain. So when it got above this the 9-day, buy in at, say, 218. You're up 2% right now. Good move. Wells Fargo, on the other hand, look, it's lost all of its confirmation. So if you're trading this one, you guys may be able to get back in at that $40.50 price point. You know, you never know. This is obviously just traders trading. The Bollinger Bands are expanding. See how they cinched up? Right here. Perfect. I said, hey, it's creating a good platform. Just lost it. My guess is you're probably heading down to the 41.20. But it's outside the Bollinger Band, so it's a hard pass right now. I don't know who this is. Okay. I got 10 people watching, but I am done. You guys have a great day. I will see you later. I'm going to stop broadcasting. And remember the TrendSpider sale, if you haven't signed up, if you're listening to me this much, you better have signed up for TrendSpider. But have a great day. I hope Wells Fargo, we'll look at Wells Fargo tomorrow. I hope it works out.